Hi, Libby Rome here. Today, I'm answering the top questions that I get about how I live on cruise ships full time, how my husband and I choose the cruises that we do, how we book them back to back for an entire year at a time, and how I manage daily life at sea, dealing with things like slow Wi-Fi and laundry and medical needs. Let's dive in. Before anything else, we do some dreaming. We decide where in the world we want to be for the year. To do that, we prioritize our needs and our desires, and we use cruiseplum.com. It lets you find cruises within specific date ranges across cruise lines, and you have a lot of control to find what works best for you via a variety of filters. Once you input your filter details, you'll see the results on the right side. They're sorted chronologically by default, but you can change that to sort by price or any other column. Europe became our home region for these three reasons. Number one, our daughter and granddaughter live in the Netherlands, so cruising around Europe means we see them more often. Number two, European cruises lets you stay on board during turnarounds, unlike US ports that often force everyone off and then back on again as a group. And number three, we've already done the major US routes. We loved Alaska, and then who doesn't love Hawaii? And then we did the Panama Canal back and forth, most of the Caribbean over and over again, and New England and Eastern Canada. It was all absolutely wonderful, but I want to explore more of Europe. In our first year and a half, we tried out many of the major cruise lines: Princess, Norwegian, Celebrity, Cunard, Holland America, Virgin Voyages, and Royal Caribbean. Each had their strengths, but here's the short version of my review. My favorite of all the cruise lines is Cunard, but it is a bit pricier. The same is true for Virgin Voyages. Incredible food, really fun adults-only atmosphere, but it's not very cost-effective long-term. NCL, or Norwegian Cruise Line, is fun and energetic, and we actually have a really good time on that cruise line. Holland America has consistently great food. It's actually really hard to stay away from dessert on those ships. We haven't actually tried Carnival or P&O, but those are a little bit more budget friendly, and we're feeling like they're not necessarily the vibe that we're looking for. For us, Princess hits the sweet spot. It's calm, but it's still fun, and it's affordable. And crucially, it has a really strong casino program. That program gave us nearly unlimited free cruises for 2 years. We paid port fees, taxes, and a refundable deposit that came back as onboard credit. Even stockholder credit can be applied to casino comped rooms. That said, casino comps on Princess aren't as generous as they used to be. So we are reassessing our options. This winter, we're trying MSC because their itineraries and prices in Europe are super affordable. I used their status matching casino program with my Princess balcony offer, but they only offer free cruises in the Caribbean. So I actually paid outright for a few back-to-back cruises on MSC in Europe for later this year. We're researching whether MSC's casino program is worth it or if paying outright actually makes more sense. I'll share the math once we finish our research and our testing. Although it was neat trying out different cruise lines, ship hopping itself was exhausting. The packing and the unpacking and the gaps between cruises where you have to get hotels, not very desirable. So now we stick to 1 to 3 ships per year, and we stay for months at a time. For 2026, we filtered Princess sailings departing out of Southampton. The choices were basically Majestic Princess or Sky Princess. We chose Sky Princess for 4 main reasons. Number one, Majestic repeats the same British Isles loop for most of the year. Number two, Sky Princess has varied itineraries. They go around the Mediterranean and Canary Islands, Scandinavia, Northern Europe, even Iceland. We were just in Iceland last week on the Sky Princess. Number three, it stops in Rotterdam a few times, which gives us an opportunity to see our daughter and granddaughter in the Netherlands. Number four, we spent most of 2025 on the Sky already, so we already knew that we really liked the ship, its vibe, its food, etc. It was actually a really easy decision. Sky Princess. We booked directly on the cruise line's website. Here we are on princess.com. When I search for cruises, I filter by date range and ship, and then I sort by date. From there, I book each individual sailing, and the site remembers our preferences: twin beds, early dining, companion details, etc. So the whole process is pretty quick and consistent. We also log each booking in a worksheet so we can reference our overall annual itinerary at a glance. We prefer not using a travel planner or a travel agent. For us, booking directly avoids any miscommunication and keeps everything really simple. That's just us. Every now and then, we are also booking a see you soon offer from the casino. And for that, we do call the number printed on the offer to book that. We mostly book interior rooms. There are three main reasons for that. Number one, their affordability make year-round cruising possible. And related to that, the casino offers require far less play for interiors than balconies. Number two, we enjoy sleeping and sleep very well in total darkness. And number three, we also like quiet when we're sleeping. So this room is actually quieter than a balcony because there's no balcony wind howls or extra creaking from that. Would I enjoy a suite? Sure, I'd love a living room and a bathtub. But most importantly, we wake up well rested and happy every single day. On embarkation day, all aboard for Sky Princess in Southampton is typically 3 p.m. Princess now uses staggered arrival windows so you can choose the time you want to show up. After a lot of trial and error, I found the sweet spot to be 2 to 2:30 p.m. By then, all of the crowds have died down, and it's usually about 30 minutes from curb to cabin. For disembarkation, Princess gives you the option to leave your luggage out the night before and collect it in the terminal the next morning. I skipped that entirely. I just carry my backpack and walk off whenever I'm ready. No luggage groups, no waiting around, and no being crammed into elevators with everyone else. Outside the US, I don't have to get off the ship at all when I'm on back-to-back cruises. The ship is quiet and it feels like it's almost all mine for a few hours. I usually do choose to stay on board. Most of the time I switch rooms, and when I do, my steward moves my bags and hung clothes to the new room for me. That makes it super easy. If I do want to get off the ship, Southampton is actually an excellent port city. It has great parks, a large indoor shopping mall, and nice food options. And Princess has recently made reboarding super easy. Back-to-back guests get to enter through the crew entrance. So that means no lines, no matter what time I choose to get back on the ship. I just place my bag in the separate crew-only scanner, then follow the signs to get back on the ship quickly. Now that's not guaranteed. They do have to have somebody working at the port itself in order to make that happen, but they are asking for it each time, and it does make things a lot easier. Having type 1 diabetes does complicate my life a bit. It really helped me a lot when I started seeing the same doctor and going to the same pharmacy by sticking with the same port most of the year. I pick up my type 1 diabetes supplies and I handled appointments on cruise turnaround days. I've not needed the medical center, but it's good to know it's there in case of emergency. Now that I'm retired, I'm transitioning to new healthcare coverage. Updates on that are coming later. On Princess, Elite Loyalty status gives you free unlimited laundry. My cabin steward leaves laundry bags in my stateroom. So when I have dirty laundry, there are 3 main steps. I fill out a form, I bag the clothes and put the form in the bag, and then I leave it for the steward. Everything is returned clean the next day. Guest laundrettes are also available on almost every deck. You can choose to purchase detergent and to pay for the washer and dryer. They sell coins via your medallion in the laundry room. Modern ships have stabilizers, and they're so large that I can hardly feel any motion. But the little bit I do is just some rocking or vibrating, which to me is kind of fun. I have been seasick a couple of times. Those were in the early days, and they were in storms in Alaska and then later in the Atlantic. My tips for preventing seasickness are: number 1, keep something in your stomach. Number 2, get fresh air. And number 3, look far away, like at the horizon. Don't stare at a computer screen like I did before. Also consider booking a cabin that's midship and a lower deck to feel less sway. Following those rules, I've been fine. Oh, and if you need it, you could actually visit the medical bay for seasickness pills. Unless you need to consult with a doctor or get tests done, Princess will provide you with a dose for free. As a nomad for the past 16 years, this has been a tricky one. But the most reliable solution, which is what I'm doing now, is that I rely on a trusted family member for official documents like US taxes and banking and credit cards. In the UK, my Southampton storage locker receives mail for free. I also make use of Amazon lockers as needed. Remember earlier when we were searching for cruises on princess.com? Well, I actually sped through the process for you, but let me show you what it actually feels like on the ship surfing the internet. I clicked search and now I'm waiting for the results. The introduction of Starlink is what allowed me to start working remotely on cruise ships in the first place. However, the Wi-Fi on Princess has become unreasonably slow lately. Princess used to have one tier called Medallion Net, but last year they split it into two different Medallion Nets. One is called Medallion Net Max. It's fast, prioritized, and only available if you purchase the Princess packages. The regular Medallion Net that we all knew and loved, that's now called Medallion Net Classic. So my internet service that I pay a discounted price of $12.50 per day has now been renamed to Medallionet Classic, and I'm not paying any less, but suddenly my expected speeds have dropped to 1 to 2 megabits per second. Historically, I've paid for Wi-Fi for one device, but the value is so poor now that I'm likely not going to continue buying it. Instead, I use my T-Mobile phone service, and I visit shopping malls and local libraries while in port. So despite that challenge, I'm making it work. It's just part of the cruising lifestyle. The benefits definitely outweigh the downsides. Cruising gives me the freedom and low stress lifestyle that I've always dreamed of. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing it, but I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. If you're wondering how I fund this floating life, check out my How I Afford This video. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep coming with the questions. Hit like and subscribe, and then I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.